You know, I'm learning new things about you every day. Globe magazine covers, all these national magazine covers. Is there anything we don't know about Bobby Brown yet?
Yes, probably the Ghostbusters thing. I just did a scene in the Ghostbusters movie, and also 2 songs for the soundtrack. So that's something new I just finished up.
So you're a movie star now too?
I wouldn't say a movie star. You know, beginning in acting. You know, an actor beginner. You know?
One of the things, by the way, that was mentioned in the clipping I was just looking at is confidence. Would you say that's your middle name?
No, I wouldn't say that's my middle name. I have a lot of confidence, but you know, that's only within myself. You know, I don't think I show too much confidence. You know, I love to perform, so you know, that's just me. You know, I love performing, and that's what I do best.
Is that easier for you than, say, what? I mean, is that easier for you than meeting people in other situations?
Yes, yes,
Really?
yes, most definitely.
What might be more uncomfortable than performing? I can't imagine.
Autograph sessions, interviews, just different things, you know, day-to-day routines.
Now, I've seen some of the videos, and I've heard, you know, everyone talks about Georgia. No, it was Memphis, wasn't it?
No, Columbus, Georgia.
Georgia, okay. It's you feel better out there ripping off the the shirt and
Well, it's just all a part of my show, you know. That's how I can express myself, you know. When I perform, I get into it, and you know, I don't hide anything. I just let it all out, and people sometimes get scared of that. But you know, it's just being me.
Now, what do you mean people get scared?
Well, they arrested me for dancing, and you know, so I assumed they were scared that you know something was going to happen. But you know.
Now, let me think. The last person I remember getting arrested for dancing was who? Elvis? Maybe?
Elvis Presley. Yeah.
Things turned out all right for him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I hope it turns out all right for me.
Were you? I mean, obviously you didn't expect it, but I mean, and this is the last time I'll bring it up. Me personally, what happened? I mean, you're on stage. Was it Roni that you were doing?
Yes, it was a song. It was a song Roni, and usually I bring a girl up and you know to slow dance with her, and they told me I couldn't get close to the girl. I couldn't touch her.
Now, who was saying this?
The police. The police department.
This is after they had already.
Yeah, before I went on stage, they let me know that I couldn't bring. Well, they told me I couldn't bring any girls up on stage. Or I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. I couldn't pump. I couldn't dance a certain way. And so we agreed. And when I got on stage, you know, being so hyper on stage, you know, I just told the crowd that either they can take me to jail because I'm gonna do my show. I'm gonna perform to my best. And then I asked the police officer who was standing on the side of the stage, I said, would it be all right if I bring a girl up and didn't touch her? And they said, yeah. So I brung her up, didn't touch her. Only time I touched her, I grabbed her hand. I guess that was the mistake I made by grabbing her hand. But there was no closeness involved.
And you didn't do any real time. I mean, they probably just took you down.
No, they just took me down for a few minutes. I signed a few autographs, and
the policeman.
Yeah. When I got there, they had albums and pictures and all that waiting.
Okay.
Covers from, you know, different covers of magazines, and I signed them all and paid my fine and got out of there. Got back to the show and finished up the show.
Oh, so it wasn't even so long that you couldn't finish it?
The show wasn't even over yet. So it was only like, we went right in. My brother went with me. He went in to pay my fine. I went in. I went into the jail cell and signed autographs. I never actually made it to the cell because signing the autographs. And by the time I finished signing autographs, it was paid. The fine was paid, and you know I was out of there.
You were back. So what
back
did
to
someone
the
back at the auditorium say? You guys hold on a few minutes. Bobby Brown will be back.
Well, it was actually we was doing a part. I was doing a part with New Edition, which was Telephone Man.
Oh, okay.
And my show was over. They didn't arrest me till I got off stage.
Oh, I see.
So I had to get back and do the part with New Edition, and we made it just in time. In fact, it was like we got there, got dressed, and went right back on stage. So it was like I got off stage, went to jail.
Went to jail for me.
Came back, and got back on stage.
And the crowd went wild.
They went wild. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Who do you, you know, your act seems so fresh, I guess is the best way to think of it. Although I see a lot of folks, I'm assuming, copying you and your movements I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But are your movements from sort of the New Edition days, or is it all you?
It's all me. I mean, the moves are just, the latest street dances, and we just do something different with them, maybe, we'll wiggle or something. Mm-hmm. So, it makes us Oz by, the way we dance. Me and my dancers, heart and soul.
Mm. Now, this rocketing success you've had of late, this all occurred, what, in the span of about the last year or so, or? Mm-hmm. And yet there are people imitating you out there. How does that make you feel?
That makes me feel great. It makes me feel that people, have really accepted me, period, for an artist, and, want to duplicate what I do. And that's a big compliment, because I used to duplicate what James Brown would do, or what Michael Jackson would do, or Elvis at that. And, that's good to know someone that's trying to duplicate what I do.
Mm-hmm. Have you met any of those people, by the way? James or Michael?
I've met Michael Jackson. I've never met Elvis. I've never met
okay.
I've never met James Brown either.
Yeah. What do you think about James? Not to get too far off, but what do you think about what's happening to him?
I think they should free him. I mean, people go through problems, and they got to realize he's a man that set a good image for kids. Back in the '60s, back in the '50s. He was there for people, and he's produced a lot of good music. That people should realize that he's made a mistake in his life, and they should correct that mistake by putting him in a drug rehab or something, and making him better, but I don't think jail is the place for him.
Do you think enough people are saying that?
Not enough, no, not enough, not enough. I wish a lot more people would, just weigh the facts and, see what he really did, and, what he could do if he wasn't in jail, what he could do as far as musically, and as far as, for the kids out there, because we do need James, no matter what.
Now, you say he was one of your people who had an influence on you. What kind of influence do you want to have on kids today?
I just want to let them know that, no matter what in life you're going to do, you're going to do it. That's your, prerogative. I don't mean to throw my song in there, but it's hard to say what I'm really here to do. I'm just here to, entertain people, make people realize that, life is about having fun. If you don't have fun, you got to, go through a lot of changes. But the main reason is to, let kids realize that they got to go for this. They got to go for it now. And if they don't take their lives in their own hands, no one's going to help them get to where they want to go. They got to do it themselves. And the only way to get there is hard work and keeping your heart and soul with that man upstairs.
Now, you grew up, what, in Orchard Park?
Yes.
Where there's a lot of trouble. I don't know if there is as much trouble as we're hearing about in some of the other streets of Roxbury these days, but what kind of, what can you say to those people? Even in your life, you've known friends, I understand, who have been killed or injured in gang violence. you know, they see you and they say, well, you know, fantastic.
The only thing I can tell them is, is giving myself as an example. I come from the same place they come from. So they see that, you know, you can make it out, and you don't have to be the same as that other person was that just passed away, or that other person was that's on drugs. You don't have to be that way. There's so many ways out that, you know, you just gotta find that way and go for it. You can't be a follower. You gotta be a leader. And all the followers out there just gotta realize that, you know, it's time to stop the violence and, you know, stop the drug use and, you know, get your education and get you a job and do something with your life. And either they're gonna realize it now, or they're gonna realize it when they get real old, and it's no time then.
It's too late.
You know, it's too late then.
But that sounds beautiful. Now I'm just wondering how, in practical terms, you actually accomplished it. I mean, what did you run with a gang? How did you avoid drugs, and who was an influence?
I avoided drugs because of my family. You know, my family, you know, has taught me a lot. I got 4 sisters and 3 brothers, and it's helped me a lot because I've had brothers and sisters that was on drugs, and, you know, I see how they were. I seen how they were, and I see it hurt them a lot. They're not now because of the fact, you know, that I'm doing good, and they see that, you know, things can happen in life without the use of drugs or without the use of crime or anything. So the reason why I stayed away from it, because my mother, you know, she wasn't going for it. She wouldn't go for that. You know, I seen how she was with my sisters and brothers, so I just knew in my heart that that wasn't the right place for me to go, or that wasn't what I should be doing with my life.
What do you want to do? I mean, you're doing movies. You're, you know, a big hit now with your records. Do you just want to continue to be
I just want to be
you know, a chart-topping performer?
Yes.
Or?
Hell yeah. But I just want to be me, you know. As long as I can stay, you know, level-headed, I'm glad to be in this business. I don't care what happens. I don't care how many screaming fans run after me. As long as I can keep my head leveled and, you know, bring the good music to the people, I don't mind. I love this business.
I saw a performance you did a couple of years ago with, I think it was at the Boston Music Awards. And the audience wasn't getting into you the way I see them get into you now. And I'm wondering, is that ever a letdown? Obviously, it may not happen as...
Well, see, in the beginning, then everybody, you know, was just... I guess they was feeling bad because I did leave New Edition. And, you know, they really didn't want me to leave, but they wanted to see what could I do on my own. So, you know, it didn't really bother me. I just had to prove myself, you know, and it takes time to prove yourself. You don't get over in one day. And you just got to work hard at it, and that's what I did. I just tried to work hard and kept working and kept working and kept working until I did it. And
did you have any sense? Did you have any sense that any of the songs on the album, the current album, were going to be as big as they were? I mean, when you're sitting down writing or helping out or whatever, what's going through your mind?
With this album, yeah, I thought this album could be big. It could be big if we put the right singles out at the right time and we planned it right. And the way we planned it, it seemed like it was perfect because the people was waiting on another solo artist. I think they was, you know, not to say anything about you, Mike, but you know, they was getting sick and tired of the Michael Jacksons and the Princes and all these different kind of images, I should say. You know, these people that, you know, make themselves up to be something that they're not. And I don't make myself up to be nothing. You know, I'm just me, and I'm a performer. And if people like performances, they, you know, come see the show. That's all I like to do.
And did you know right in the creative stages that Don't Be Cruel and My Prerogative are going to be? I mean, what is it that you know about it? What is it that you're thinking about a song? I mean, the music, is it the beat that you know is going to be catch on, or is it the lyrics, or what?
Just the groove, period. You know, with Prerogative, the groove just, you know, was too funky for them to deny. And, you know, it hasn't been a song out like that since the Parliament days, and you know, George Clinton and all them, and James Brown, you know, all of them. They brought funk into the people's eyesight, and we just took the funk and put it into a mixture of hip hop and pop and, you know, different things. And you know, I think I should say it, well, it worked. You know, for the people out there that like to dance, the people out there that like slow ballads. You know, we got the best producers and best writers that we could find to write these ballads that, you know, the girls want to listen to, you know, the guys want to listen to, you know, when they're thinking about their girl. So, you know, I think it's an album that everybody could just sit back and listen to. Mothers, fathers, and, you know, grandmothers and grandkids and everybody. They can just all listen to it.
You know, you just clarified something that makes me understand why I like the album, because it's sort of Jackson hip-hop and James Brown funk, and you put the two together. That was a conscious effort.
Yes, that's what I just wanted people to know that, you know, there's nothing wrong with rapping, there's nothing wrong with beatboxing. It's all a form of entertainment, and if, you know, there was an artist out there that did it all, you know, maybe he can get over, and that artist happened to be me. But I haven't reached the plateau that I want to reach yet, but, you know, I'm just thankful that the people have bought the album. I'm thankful for the, you know, all the nominations, for everything, you know, the music awards, the Boston Music Awards, the Soul Train Awards, the Grammys, you know, and it just made me feel accepted in this business, and, you know, I'm just gonna keep on going from here.
Where do you go from here? I mean, this is only your second album. You're a very young man. You say you haven't reached the plateau. What plateau is there?
I want a chain of dance schools around the whole world, you know, and once I get that, then, you know, Bobby would be happy.
Dance schools?
Dance schools.
You're going to teach everyone how to do the pump and...
Yeah, jazz, tap, anything, you know. It's not just the pump dance that I do, you know. We also do a lot of other dances, you know. But, you know, I just want a dance school.
If you were describing the dance that you and your dancers do, primarily the sort of loose, almost skeleton-like movements, is there a name for that dance?
No, it's just moving, just dancing to the music, you know. I think putting feeling into dancing, because, you know, back in the days there was a lot of feeling in the dances. You look at them old videos and they be jiggling their bodies. You know, that's how I see how dance should be these days. And it seemed like with the Janet Jackson fade, you know, they turned it around and made it more, you know, into the modern and all the ballet stuff. But, you know, you got to bring that street dance back in there and make them see what's the real art form of dancing.
It looks extremely tiring. How can you keep that up for the time you have to and stay in sync? Because you sort of get out of sync, get back in sync. Yeah. You
got to work out every day. We try to work out every day and take our vitamins and, you know, be all right.
But I mean, and is it a lot of ad-lib, or is it really mostly a planned movement?
It's a lot of ad-lib. It's just, you know, it's a regular move, but then you just add a wiggle here and a wiggle there.
And you know the cue, just when to get back in line with the guys behind you.
Yes, it's all choreography.
You mentioned Janet Jackson, by the way. Your My Prerogative song sounds in feeling a lot like her Control.
Yeah.
Is that something you were thinking about?
No, I was just, you know, making a song called My Prerogative, actually. I wasn't thinking about, you know, Control at that time. I was thinking about Janet, but not Control song.
I mean, who are you talking to in that song? Are you telling all the folks who didn't believe you?
All the folks that didn't believe in Bobby Brown in the beginning. The people who said, you know, I could never make it. People who said, you know, you're a bum and you'll never be anything. You know, those people. You know, the teachers that used to teach me in school. They used to put me in a corner. You know, all of them. You know, it's for all of them.
Who are you most, when you come back to Boston, and where do you want to go first to hang out, if you do?
I want to go back to Orchard Park. I want to see my peoples. I got to. And also, I want to go to the boys club. Oh, I'm about to move back home, so be aware, Boston. I'm about to turn this place out.
Oh, you're coming back from LA?
Coming home.
Why?
I only moved out to get, to get my life together, to get situated financially and, so I can come back here in style. And now, I think I'm ready to come back now. And I hope Boston's ready for me to come back.
Fantastic. What kind of memories do you have of the YMCA? Boys Club, I'm sorry, Boys Club.
A lot of good memories. The basketball teams, the coaches, it's just a lot. It was a lot of fun. I used to play more baseball than anything, and I used to box more than I played baseball. And but at the boys club, I was strictly a baseball player. So it was just going to see that field again, and going up in them rocks again, acting crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking forward to being home again. Just here.
All right. We're going to have to get cut away, so if you could just stay with us for a second. It's sort of a comfortable reaction you get here in town. Is it like that everywhere else? I mean, people don't maybe in certain pockets of the city they might run up and try to be right on you, but what about around the country?
Around the country, it's wild. It's crazy. But here at home, it seems like it's getting a little wild.
Really?
I just walked downtown and
Really?
got chased.
Really?
We got chased for the first time ever in Boston. I got chased.
And what do you think they're going to do? I mean, if they catch you?
I don't know. All them girls, ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. They be grabbing the spots you don't want them to grab. Whoa, where them hands coming from?
So, obviously you want to live with that for some time.
Yes.
Is it something you just get used to and enjoy after a while,
fun.
or what?
It's a lot of fun, really. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
To be chased by a whole mob of girls, that's fun. I mean, what guy wouldn't want to get chased by any girls? I mean, you're usually chasing a girl. So, having girls chase you, it's like, whoa.
So it never gets to be too much, in other words.
No, I love it. I love it. I love it.
And how does it make you feel when you see people sort of in the more calmer settings here in town, when they sort of like see you now as like a hero, as a, little kids and that kind of thing?
Oh, I thank them. But I just be me. It's hard to be a hero when you're just a guy, a normal guy. I'm just a normal guy. I'm not, I don't see myself as being anything special. I'm just an entertainer that likes music. There's a lot of entertainers out there.
Yeah.
They should really look at the people that are in Boston, because Boston does have a lot of talent.
And you're going to be performing at the Music Awards, not performing, but you're going to be at the Music Awards highlighting that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah. But you say you're a normal guy. You're a normal guy who there are posters of, probably in rooms all across the country. And, there are albums in music stores all over the country. People walk in, see your face. People talk about you probably every day of the year in some form or another. Bobby Brown this, Bobby Brown that. You probably can't even fathom how much people think and focus on you.
I don't know. I'm up over all my head.
If you think about it in those terms, is it too much? No.
No, it's not too much. It's still not too much. I mean, that's what I got in this business for. For other people to have the posters, to buy the albums, and to listen to my music and talk about me, But, you never like bad talk, but me, myself, I love it. I love when people talk, because it keeps your name out there. No matter what they're saying about you, it keeps your name out there. But, people you just got to let people know you for yourself, and, it'll gradually get better as the days go.
Great. I think we're all set there. We'll just get cutaways. And who has impressed you?
Who has impressed me? Everybody impresses me.
Really?
Yes. Any entertainer out there. I love entertainment. I love watching other entertainers.
Who would you say is like the biggest person that you've come across that, like, you know?
That's really impressed me?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Really?
Mike Tyson.
Well, why do you say that?
He's great. He's great. I think he's the greatest boxer that ever lived and ever will live. Because he's so natural. He's not the kind of fighter that has to, you know, that's constantly into working and working and working. You know, he's a fun kind of guy to be around. And then, you know, it's a difference seeing him in the ring, wanting to destroy somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Wanting to destroy it. And that's what he goes in there for. You know, he'll tell you himself. I'm hoping to do a Donny Hathaway tune on the next album. And I'm hoping, I might be singing it in concert tomorrow night at the Garden.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so.
Hold on, already. Let me just cut you off for just a second. Let me, just for our over the shoulder here.
Good.
Awesome. Interesting question, by the way, Randy brought up something I've always wondered about singers. You never listen to yourself recreationally? I mean, at a party, your songs never come on?
I hate to hear it at parties. I hate to hear myself at a party, because then everybody looks at you like, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna do the steps or something? So, you know, it's, I just hate to hear it when I'm out, but, you know, if I'm just in the car and I hear it on the radio, I'll keep it on, you know, blast it, you know, say, yeah, there it is, they playing it. So, you know, I still get happy when they play my stuff. I still get happy when I see the videos come on, you know, so I don't really, I'm not the type that'll sit there and go, oh, I'm on again. Wait, we can't leave yet. But, you know, if I see it, you know, I'll say, oh, I got it on. What channel is that? VH1? MTV? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you, are you like, do you divorce yourself? Do you, like, see that person on the screen or that listen to that person on the radio as just like someone else?
It is someone else, to me. I'm a total different person when I'm on stage or when I'm, you know, in the studio. So, you know, it is a different person. So I look at it like, whoa, okay, now I gotta correct this and correct that.